Hi guys, welcome back to PJ's. Today I want to take some time to speak to you about your HT leads, more commonly known as your spark plug wires or spark plug leads, but it's actually called HT leads, high tension cords. And what brings me to this is, not too long ago I experienced a misfire on my car. It was very subtle at times, and sometimes I would feel it very strong in the morning. And I replaced my coil, not replaced, I just replaced it with a spare one that I had, but the problem persisted. One thing that it would do sometimes is it would intermittently give a bit of a jerk and a miss as I'm going at about 1500 RPM. I then decided that I would have a closer look at my spark plug leads or HT leads, because it's one of the set of components that one doesn't always change very often, and I also would say that it's one of the most overlooked components on the car. Now under normal circumstances, if you want to check your spark plug leads, you use a multimeter and you do a test with this little apparatus, and it will tell you the readings of each particular lead. You would in so doing be able to pick up the lead that is giving you the problem, like the continuity and so on. But because I don't own one of those things, I just decided, look, it's been a while, so let me just get a new set of spark plug leads, which I did, and I fitted it on there. As you can see, those are new ones on there. And fortunately, these new leads that I purchased, it solved my problem. The misfire was gone, the car was idling much better, and it was performing much better. I could just feel it when I was actually driving the car. So the point I'm making is, when last have you changed your spark plug leads? When last did you actually do it? I can tell you, I've changed mine probably more than 3 years ago. And as I said, this is the set of components that we overlook, and we will always hear people saying that they have a misfire on their car, they have the jerking on their car, and they never actually replace these spark plug leads. Because if you look at the leads, to you it may look perfectly fine, but you may not know that there may be some internal issues, there may be some cracks, there may be some cuts in it that is actually causing the wires to arc, and that is giving you that misfire that you can't see. That is why I believe that you should actually change these leads 80 to 100 kilometers, or do them every 2 years just to be safe, because one just tends to forget about these things. I mean, I'm just feeling on these leads and I can actually feel like some indentations on the lead. Who knows, maybe that was the problem. But like I say, I haven't used the multimeter. I'm sure if a multimeter was used on this leads, then you'd actually see the readings will tell you that the problems are there, and that one or two of the leads may be not delivering as much as it should be. And then on closer inspection, if I look inside into the actual ends, the connectors where they connect to the spark plug, I can see corrosion, I can see little pieces of rust, I can see that it doesn't look as it's supposed to look, it doesn't look shiny. So those are all things we don't tend to see, that's all the internal parts of the lead, but we only see the external and we say no, it all looks fine and good. And also another point I forgot to make is that these leads, they actually exposed to the heat of the engine for long periods of time. So over a good 2 or 3 years, the leads actually take a beating, because the leads actually look like they actually get scorched and burnt, and that also would have an effect on the insulation of the actual plug lead. Okay, that's enough said about the HT leads. But also, if you can, replace your distributor cap if you're able to, and also your rotor. Or if you're unable to do that, then just do a thorough inspection. If your misfire doesn't go away, do a thorough inspection of the actual cap, check for cracks, look at the connections inside the cap itself, clean it out, check your rotor, check if this little hole here hasn't gone so deep that it actually doesn't make contact anymore with the distributor pin inside. And also ensure that you're using the correct spark plug. As you can see that number there, NGK, and also that your plug gap is of the required setting. That is the setting that I'm referring to there. And also be careful that you don't drop your plugs while you're installing it, because once you drop the plug, you could drop it on top of the electrode and the gap will close completely, and you'll never know that happened. And always ensure that your plug lead is properly and securely connected onto your spark plug. These may be very simple things, but it's very important. So you must basically just put it on and it must click on like that. If you do have the unfortunate scenario of your misfire not going away or you're not getting spark and things like that, then I would suggest that you start looking at your coil and also your module, which sits right underneath here. And some of the newer VWs have the module built into the coil. It's one unit, but I would suggest for those things that you rather have it tested by a professional or specialist auto electrician. Let him do some tests for you and get some readings, and with those readings in hand you'll be able to know what to replace, whether it's a new coil or whether it's your module. But let's hope it's just a new set of HT leads that you need. And that's it, guys. Those are the things that you generally need to check on your ignition system for any form of misfires. I hope the video has given you some sort of direction and what plan of action to take.